Welcome, one and all, to another Chicago Bears fan show. I'm James. I'm here with you after another ridiculous loss for the Bears this week to the Minnesota Vikings. And we've only got 3 games left to right this ship. It doesn't look good at this moment in time. This past week felt so weird. Things seemed wrong. We weren't supposed to be like this. The season is supposed to be like this. The team isn't supposed to be playing like this. And, even the weaknesses that we thought were there, those weren't the problems this week. It's really weird. This was weird, like, when you see a parent talking to their child in a really aggressive manner, out in public, and it just doesn't feel right, it feels awkward. That kind of weird. Like when an uncle you don't see very much shows up to a family gathering, and when he walks in the door, it's not hard to tell that he's got a wet spot on his pants. And you don't want to look at the wet spot, and you also don't want to look him in the eye, because that might create some kind of weird gaze transformation that only will increase the weird factor. That kind of weird. Or like when you're out with some friends and then all of a sudden a monkey shows up and the monkey is fully clothed and he's wearing nicer clothes than you are. And he goes and just sits down at the table next to you and lights up a cigar. And the weird part is that this is not a smoking allowed restaurant. That kind of weird. Okay? Look, bottom line is this team isn't a great team. I'm going to look back right now. Watch what I said a number of weeks ago when we got a scare from the Carolina Panthers and barely slid by them. Here's what I said. We're not better than the Atlanta Falcons. We're not better than the New York Giants. We are not better than the San Francisco 49ers right now. And we're not better than the Packers right now. It's Seattle. So there's a bunch of teams right now that we're not better than, and I would be scared to face the playoffs for next week. That's as true now as it is ever. You know what? I also had a debate with myself really recently. And one side of me, the side that was wearing orange, probably made the most sense of all. Here's a couple things I said that really ring true right now. In terms of the Bears' record, all of this was built against poor teams. The wins came off teams with a combined winning percentage of 40%. Whereas the losses the Bears sustained, the rushing D's only given up the fewest yards per game because they got up on a bunch of teams. They got a fading pass rush right now that's not getting a lot of pressure. They're only ranked high in rushing yards per game because of the big wins earlier in the year when they ran the ball so many times. I don't know. I'm not convinced absolutely that we're going to make the playoffs, not to mention win the division or get a bye. It's not that we couldn't see this coming. It's just, to me, how it happened. And anyways, I'm going to stop right now. In my next video, I'm going to go through what the issues are and can we recover from them for the rest of this season. Somebody, bear down.